Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to try out some different mediums in my creative journal. I'm just gonna jump right into it today. So in my creative journal I've been using the washi tape along the border and stickers. All I've been using is washi tape and stickers, and I like the way that looks, but I want to be able to do something that adds a little more something special to the pages. So I wanted to try to add some color to the background, and I have some materials that I'm going to try to do that with, and I'm going to test it out on some pages in the back of my book so that I don't mess up any pages that I might use. So I just have some cheap art supplies. Like I have these watercolors. These are from Michael's. It's by Artist Loft. These are kind of like, they're beginner watercolors, but I got them in like the kids art supplies area. I also have these. These watercolors are dry and a little bit chalky. So I also have these watercolors that I got from the kids art supply area. And these are more, I don't know how to describe it. They're not as dry. They're not as chalky as the other ones. So we're gonna try both of these watercolors. I have some Crayola markers. We're gonna try those out. I have this box of other kind of markers, just markers that I've collected over the years. We're going to try these, probably not the Sharpies. I know the Sharpies will be too dark to write over with pen, but we're going to try some of these other markers that are in here. I really just want to make sure that the watercolor doesn't wrinkle the page too much and that I can still write over it. So we're going to test it out on this page right here. And I hope this is zoomed in enough that you guys can see. So I'm just going to grab some watercolor. I can see that the paper is already starting to warp, which is expected because this isn't meant for water-based mediums. We're gonna let those dry and we're going to try these watercolors. The colors in here are pretty dark. So far, I like the way the chalky ones are drying on the page because I like it has a little bit of granulation and streakiness to it, which I actually like. Now let's try some of the Crayola markers. That yellow is bright. Looks like a highlighter. Now I'm going to take some markers out of here. Let's try this one. And in my creative journal, I've been using these colored pens. So I'm going to see if these will write, how these write over these different mediums once they dry. So far, what I can tell is that the chalky watercolors dry really fast. These are already dry. I can try to write over them now if I wanted to. The other watercolors are still drying. The markers, these Crayola Super Tips markers actually work pretty well in terms of bleeding through to the other page, but the Crayola markers bled through to the other side really easily. So I'm probably not going to use the Crayolas unless I use them on both sides of the paper, because then it'll be less noticeable. So I'm going to take some of the pens now and try to write over the ones that are dry, just to see how they work. That writes nicely. So far the blue pen writes over everything. Let's try a different color. So far that one worked too. I'm going to try the pink one because the pink one is pretty light. Let's see how this works. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going to use as much of the water as I used up here. I used way too much water, so this one is not dry, but this is the same color red as that one, and it worked out pretty well. It warped the paper a little bit, but I'm actually okay with that. Of all the mediums I've tested, I think these watercolors work the best. They don't warp the page as much, and it writes really smoothly over it. For these watercolors, the colors are pretty dark, so I would have to stick to the lighter colors like the yellow and the orange, and probably I won't use as much water as I did with this one at the top. Lessons learned. In terms of markers, I like the way the Crayola markers look on the page. I just don't like that it bled through to the other side just a little bit. So it's nothing too bad, especially if I collage over this part. That's something I might do, but these Crayola markers I've had these for years. I don't even know where I got them, to be honest. But Crayola Super Tips, these work really well. So I figured what I could do is use the pages I prepped already, try to add some color to the background that goes with the washi tape and stickers that I already have on here. I'm a little bit scared because I already have the stickers put down and I don't want the water from the watercolor paint to wrinkle my stickers. So I'm going to put color in different, it's going to be a little bit spotty, but that's because I'm trying to avoid messing up my stickers. So yeah, let's start with these pages. If you watched my previous video, then you would have seen me prep these pages. I used the same color scheme and the same theme of washi tape and stickers that I used in my July spread in my bullet journal. So if you want to watch me make this spread and this spread, then you can watch the previous video I uploaded. It's a journal with me. It's very chill, it's very relaxing. You can grab your arts and crafts and put it on in the background and craft along with me. But I figured since we're done with our test, I think I'm going to stick with the chalky watercolors for now. And I'm going to use, let's go here. I'm going to use yellow. I think yellow is going to be the color I use the most because it's the lightest color and it matches well with this washi tape that is around the edges. It'll add a little brightness to it as well. So I'm gonna try not to use a lot of water. I'm really scared. I really don't want to mess up because I think the water will mess up the washi, might wrinkle the washi tape too, but we're going to test it out and find out. I'm trying not to be too neat about it because I like the messy look. Not too bad. I wish I had put the color down before I put the stickers down because now the stickers just look a little bit out of place. Let's see if you can see. The stickers look just a little bit not as nice. But I'm going to use pink on the other side. I don't know why, that's just the color that's speaking to me at the moment. And that's the pink side. I think I like the way the pink side looks because it's lighter. I went a little bit too dark on the yellow, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm not too precious about this journal. It's supposed to be a creative journal, and I want to try new things with it. So I don't want everything to look too nice, neat, and put together, but I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then I'm gonna prep some more pages. So far, it hasn't been messing up the washi tape or the sticker. Okay, so I've painted a few pages. They're still a little bit wet, but what I've noticed is that painting on it, because this paper is not meant for water, it does make the paper really thin and easier to tear. So that's something I'm gonna have to be mindful of when I'm using the watercolor and then when I'm writing on it afterward, because putting the watercolor on both sides has made the paper kind of fragile. So I'm hoping that's not too much of an issue, but I'm going to stop there. I'm not gonna put watercolor on this last spread. I might prep some pages with paint before I put the washi tape and stickers on just to see how that looks. If you want to see how that turns out, let me know and I'll make a video about it. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!